If you are hesitant to visit Thailand because of the toilet situation and you are anxious about using public bathrooms in Thailand, this video is for you. I will explain what you can expect regarding toilets in Thailand based on our local knowledge, and I will also share tips and tricks to help you avoid any difficulties that even locals sometimes struggle with, but we have learned how to manage it. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the toilet setup in Thailand. Generally, newer establishments like a restaurant will have Western-style toilets. However, there are three things you need to be aware of in regarding Western-style toilets in Thailand. Firstly, Thai people use a bidet sprayer, commonly called a bum gun. Personally, I think it makes the most sense, and I can't believe they aren't common in the US. However, the bum gun brings two additional problems. Because the establishment provides the bidet shower, they might not supply toilet paper. While I don't agree with this practice, keep it in mind. We will discuss toilet paper more later. Another issue with the bum gun is that it can create a mess, especially if the water pressure is too strong or someone uses it carelessly. Apart from the bum gun, Western-style toilets in Thailand often can't handle toilet paper. You will see a trash can next to the toilet for disposing of used paper. I know that the issue isn't with the toilets in Thailand itself, but with the type of toilet paper used, but we will touch on that later. Lastly, in some less fancy places like gas stations, you might not have a flushing system. Instead, you need to use buckets of water to flush manually. This is because the flushing systems in public places tend to be breaking easily, especially when they use the poor quality equipment. The owners often don't fix them constantly or don't want to. A manual flush system reduces operational costs for them. By the way, if this is your first time visiting Thailand, grab our free Thailand 101 guide in the link below. Having said that, in older establishments like local food shops or most places in smaller cities, you can still expect to see the squat toilets. Even in big cities like Bangkok, for example, if you visit places like the famous Chatuchak market, you will still find squat toilets. Now, what about the setup of squat toilets in Thailand? Typically, squat toilet come with a bucket of water that you have to use to flush the toilet yourself. And almost always, there will be no toilet paper provided. If that sounds unpleasant or difficult, you're right. Even the local struggle with it too. From my own experience and from talking to my girlfriends and sisters, we all find it challenging. We often try to drink less water on road trips to avoid using these toilets. But that's not healthy, especially Thailand is very hot. Eventually, you will need to hydrate. So I will share our tips and tricks with you so you don't have to worry about using the toilets in Thailand. First, let's talk about where to find toilets in Thailand. Public toilets are almost non-existent, and when you find them, they are often dirty unless it's the one that you have to pay 5 baht to get in. Might be cleaner. So instead, I use the toilets in the malls, restaurants, or hotels. Personally, I think the closest thing to public toilet in Thailand is the one at gas station. So overall, if you are in big city like Bangkok, the best option is to find a mall or a restaurant. If it's not a street food shop, the toilet is likely to be Western style and clean. Malls often have very clean toilets, sometimes even cleaner than those in Australia. This person said it, not me. Some malls in Bangkok, like Terminal 21, even have fancy Japanese toilets with heaters. The problem arises when you are outside Bangkok or other big cities with malls. If you want to avoid squat toilets, here's what I do. I go to a restaurant or cafe to use their toilets. Of course, it isn't free. You need to buy food or drinks to get access. For a free option, use gas station toilets. I recommend two specific gas station brands, PTT and Bangchak. Here's why. Many years ago, big gas station corporations started to reform the public toilet system in Thailand. They installed Western-style toilets for PTT gas station. They will be in the first few rooms near the entrance. Bangchak gas station even has air conditioning and is super clean. People are doing social media post review of it. even if you are in a remote area and they haven't installed Western style toilets yet. These two gas station brands are cleaner in general and have staff that clean the toilet regularly. The next tip is about tissue paper. We Thai girls always carry tissue paper in our purses because you never know when you will need it. Most of the time, malls and restaurants will provide toilet paper. Remember, the toilets in some fancy Thai malls can be even better than those in your country. However, outside of fancy malls and restaurants, you might not find toilet paper, so it's best to carry your own. I love using wet wipes, which you can easily buy from 7-Eleven, and I always carry them with me on a road trip. Another thing is that the tissue paper in Thailand often isn't suitable for flushing and can clog the toilet. The big tissue companies in Thailand do make flushable tissues, but it's more expensive and many establishments don't want to increase their costs. So their solution is just to put up a sign in toilets and just ask you not to flush the paper and to dispose it in the bin instead. One final tip: if you are using a squat toilet, make sure to keep everything out of your pants pocket. Especially watch out for sunglasses if you tuck them into your shirt when using the toilet. Trust me, having your belongings fall into the toilet hole is not fun. That wraps up today's question about toilet situation in Thailand. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and we'll be sure to answer them. Until next time, สวัสดีค่ะ